The Roman Republic was teetering on the brink of collapse. Decades of civil war had left the Republic in ruins. From this chaos rose Augustus, who would alter history. He transformed Rome into a sprawling empire. Augustus's reign marked the Pax Romana, a period of peace. His reign saw a flourishing of Roman art and literature. His story is a tale of ambition and transformation. Born in 63 BC as Gaius Octavius Thurinus, the future emperor came from a respectable, though not particularly powerful family. His father, also named Gaius Octavius, was a senator and governor. His mother, Atia, was the niece of Julius Caesar, connecting young Octavius to Roman aristocracy. Octavius grew up surrounded by the tumultuous politics of the late Republic. He received a traditional Roman education, excelling in rhetoric and oratory. Caesar, his great-uncle, recognized the young man's potential and took him under his wing. Caesar's mentorship proved invaluable for Octavius. He gained first-hand experience in military strategy and politics, accompanying Caesar on campaigns and observing his political maneuvering in Rome. This period was crucial in shaping Octavius's character and ambitions. However, nobody, not even Caesar, could have predicted the meteoric rise of this seemingly unremarkable young man. He would soon be thrust onto the world stage by a fateful event that would change his destiny and the fate of Rome forever. In 44 BC, Julius Caesar was assassinated by a group of senators who feared his growing power and ambition. The assassination sent shockwaves through Rome, leaving a dangerous power vacuum. Octavius, just 18 years old at the time, was named in Caesar's will as his adopted son and heir. The young man, now known as Octavian, showed remarkable political acumen. He carefully navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics, skillfully using Caesar's legacy to garner support and outmaneuver his rivals. Mark Antony, Caesar's close friend and ally, initially dismissed Octavian as a naive youth. However, Octavian proved to be a formidable opponent. He rallied Caesar's veterans and legions to his side, using their loyalty to Caesar to establish his own power base. With a cunning mix of political maneuvering and military might, Octavian quickly emerged as a dominant force in the post-Caesar world. He was no longer the unassuming teenager living in Caesar's shadow. He was a force to be reckoned with. The Roman world was fracturing. The assassination of Caesar had plunged the Republic into a fresh round of civil war. Octavian, despite his growing popularity, knew he couldn't achieve his goals alone. He formed an uneasy alliance with two of his most powerful rivals, Mark Antony and Marcus Lepidus. This uneasy alliance, known as the Second Triumvirate, was formed in 43 BC. Together they held absolute power, dividing the Roman world amongst themselves. They ruthlessly purged their enemies, including the senators who had assassinated Caesar. This period was marked by violence and instability. The Triumvirate, united only by their shared desire for power, was a powder keg waiting to explode. The ambitious men at its heart, each harboring their own designs on Rome's future, were destined to clash. The alliance, however, proved to be short-lived. Lepidus was quickly sidelined, leaving Octavian and Antony as the two dominant figures vying for control of Rome. The stage was set for a final showdown that would decide the fate of the Republic. Actium and the end of the Republic. The power struggle between Octavian and Mark Antony culminated in a decisive confrontation. Antony, entangled with Cleopatra, clashed with Octavian's growing influence. Octavian used propaganda to portray Antony as a traitor. The stage was set for a final showdown. The Battle of Actium marked the climax of this power struggle. Octavian's forces, led by Marcus Agrippa, defeated Antony and Cleopatra. The defeat was catastrophic for Antony and Cleopatra. They fled to Egypt, their power shattered. Facing defeat, they chose suicide over capture. Octavian emerged as the sole ruler of Rome. The Republic was effectively over. Octavian stood alone at the pinnacle of power, ready to usher in a new era for Rome. Augustus, princeps, the first citizen. Octavian knew a direct power grab would face resistance. He chose a subtle path, maintaining the facade of the Republic. In 27 BC, he returned power to the Senate, symbolically. He kept control of the army and key provinces. The Senate named him Augustus, meaning revered. He presented himself as a restorer of peace and order. Section 7, Pax Romana, a new era of peace and prosperity. With Augustus at the helm, Rome embarked on a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. This period, lasting for over 2 centuries, was a golden age for the Roman world. Augustus, recognizing that Rome's strength lay in its stability, implemented a series of reforms aimed at consolidating power and preventing future civil wars. He reorganized the army, making it a professional force loyal to the emperor. He implemented a comprehensive taxation system that funded public works and maintained the vast Roman infrastructure. The Pax Romana witnessed a flourishing of trade, art, and culture. Augustus's reign saw the construction of magnificent buildings, temples, and aqueducts. Literature and philosophy thrived, laying the foundation for centuries of Western intellectual tradition. The peace and prosperity of the Pax Romana had a profound impact on the lives of ordinary Romans. It was a time of relative stability and upward mobility, where peace and prosperity replaced the constant threat of civil war and political violence. Section 8, the Augustan Reforms, Reshaping Rome. Augustus's legacy rests not only on his military victories and the establishment of the Pax Romana, but also on the lasting reforms he implemented. These reforms touched every aspect of Roman society, from the military and government to social customs and morality. One of his most significant reforms was the restructuring of the Roman army. He transformed it from a citizen army prone to political manipulation into a professional standing army loyal to the emperor. This ensured the stability of the empire and prevented the kind of military uprisings that had plagued the late Republic. Augustus also reorganized the Roman administration, making it more efficient and less susceptible to corruption. He established a system of provinces, each governed by an appointed official who answered directly to him. This centralized control and reduced the power of local elites. His reforms extended to Roman society as well. He enacted laws intended to revive traditional Roman values, promoting marriage and family life. He also patronized the arts and literature, initiating a golden age of Roman culture that would inspire generations to come. Section 9. Art and Propaganda, Crafting an Image. Augustus understood the power of image and propaganda. He used art and architecture to project an image of power, stability, and divine favor. His reign saw a flourishing of Roman art and literature, much of which served to glorify his achievements and legitimize his rule. The Ara Pacis Augustae, or Altar of Augustan Peace, is a prime example of Augustan propaganda. This magnificent monument, built in Rome, depicts scenes of peace and prosperity, subtly linking Augustus's rule with this golden age. The altar's reliefs also included portrayals of Augustus's family, emphasizing his lineage and connection to the divine. Augustus also commissioned numerous statues and portraits of himself, depicting him as a youthful godlike figure. These images were strategically placed throughout the empire, reinforcing his authority and projecting an image of strength and stability. He encouraged writers and poets to celebrate his achievements and the Pax Romana. Virgil's epic poem, the Aeneid, for instance, linked Augustus's lineage back to the Trojan hero Aeneas, subtly suggesting that he was destined to rule Rome. Section 10, Succession and Legacy, the End of an Era. Augustus ruled for over 4 decades, transforming Rome from a republic on the brink of collapse into a stable and prosperous empire. However, even the greatest of emperors are mortal. The question of succession loomed large. Augustus had no biological sons, making the choice of an heir a complex and delicate matter. He groomed several potential successors, including his nephews and his stepson Tiberius. After much deliberation and tragedy, Augustus chose Tiberius, his stepson, from his third wife, Livia, as his heir. Tiberius, a capable but somewhat reluctant emperor, continued many of Augustus' policies, ensuring a smooth transition of power. Augustus died in AD 14 at the age of 75. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on. The Roman Empire he founded would endure for centuries, leaving an indelible mark on Western civilization. Section 11. Conclusion, the enduring impact of Augustus. Augustus's legacy is complex and multifaceted. He was a ruthless politician, a skilled military strategist, and a shrewd administrator. He was both a product of his time and a transformative figure who reshaped the course of Roman history. His transformation of Rome from a republic to an empire had far-reaching consequences. The Pax Romana, ushered in by his reign, allowed Roman culture and influence to spread throughout the Mediterranean world. His reforms laid the foundation for a stable and enduring imperial system that would last for centuries. Even today, the echoes of Augustus's reign can be felt, from the legal principles he codified to the architectural marvels he commissioned. His influence on Western civilization is undeniable. His story continues to fascinate and inspire, reminding us of the enduring power of leadership, ambition, and the enduring legacy of ancient Rome.